I'd like to start by congratulating the seniors that are graduating with me. We have the unique privilege of being the first class to graduate from Legion Collegiate Academy, as well as being the first and hopefully the last class to graduate from Legion during a worldwide pandemic. We have earned our titles as high school graduates, and nothing, not even a pandemic, can take this hard-won accomplishment away from us. I'd also like to thank everyone who has made it possible for the graduating class of 2020 to be here today. Thank you to Principal Kennedy and all those who have founded our school for providing us with an environment in which we can learn and grow. Thank you to our teachers and coaches who have imparted us with knowledge and helped to prepare us for the next chapter of our lives. Thank you to our parents who loved us and gave us the courage to succeed. I didn't become the valedictorian on my own. It was a combined effort of all of these people, my parents, my teachers, and my principal, that has brought me to where I am, and I couldn't be more grateful. I have learned many lessons throughout my high school career. I learned that waiting until 3 o'clock in the morning the night before a paper is due is not an efficient or pleasurable way to complete an assignment. I learned that despite what High School Musical led me to believe, students don't spontaneously burst into song or dance on lunch tables for no apparent reason. I learned that ACT scores won't really matter in college, that choosing a career path is incredibly stressful, and that taking a nap is one of the most blissful experiences a human being can have. However, on a more serious note, I think that the most important lesson that I've learned throughout high school is the value of failure. In January or February of last year, I got an exciting call. I found out that I had won an essay contest for the state of South Carolina and was headed off to the Nationals in Washington, D.C. Immediately, my mind reeled with images of me standing before a crowd, delivering my mind-blowing essay to them and grinning from ear to ear as I was presented with the first place prize. A few weeks passed, and it came time for me to fly to DC for a few days of sightseeing and the ceremony. The night of the ceremony, I got dressed and hopped on the bus that took me and the other finalists to the ceremony locale. I was escorted to the stage, and I took my place among the finalists, eagerly awaiting the moment that they would read the names of the winners. I held my breath, clenched my fists, and sent a silent plea into the heavens that my name would be called, and it wasn't. I wasn't a winner, not even close. I came in 27th place that night. I tried to shrug it off, telling myself that it wasn't a big deal and that I'd be able to move on. But I didn't move on. I clung to the failure, letting it eat me up inside and convince me that I wasn't smart enough, that I didn't work hard enough, and that I wasn't good enough. Months passed and the failure was still in the back of my mind, available for me to reflect on every once in a while. It wasn't until I decided to view the failure in a different light that I began to overcome the shame and disappointment that I felt from it. Instead of sitting there and criticizing myself for losing, I took a moment and thought to myself, what did I gain from this experience? The first thing that came to my mind was humility. When I was informed that I had won the state level of the contest, my pride had expanded immensely. The loss that I endured at the national level of the contest knocked me right off my high horse and made me realize that no, I was not the best writer in the universe. I was a good writer, but so were all the other finalists at the competition with me. In fact, a lot of them were better than me. It was okay that I wasn't the best and that my essay wasn't perfect. I had done my best, and that was good enough. The second thing that came to my mind was the necessity of failure. As Truman Capote once said, failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. Without failing, we would never be able to truly appreciate our successes. Life would be bland and boring, and no one would ever experience any growth or have any desire for self-improvement. Failure, while a challenging obstacle, is what leads to success, and we must be brave enough to risk failing whenever we desire to achieve something. Since my loss in Washington, D.C., I've endured many other failures. I was rejected from the music program of the school of my dreams. I was turned down in an audition, and I didn't get a job I really wanted. Despite all these failures, I am not going to stop trying to succeed. Failure isn't a death sentence, it's a springboard that can launch us into a new realm of possibilities. My failures have humbled me and have made the successes that I've had even more sweet, and I can honestly say that I'm glad that I've had the opportunity to fail. I'd like to close with a few parting words to my fellow seniors. To quote a line from the film Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium, your life is an occasion. Rise to it. I know that we can adapt to challenges, we can overcome obstacles, and we can rise to the occasion and become the men and women that tomorrow is going to need. We are stronger than our adversities, and our failures help to give us the strength. We are the Legion Lancers, brave cavalry men and women facing a battle that no one ever thought we'd have to fight. But we have fought, and we are winning. Thank you.